Let's think about schools as being possible neighborhood centers and how we can support them through better urban design. I'm going to bring in a couple of layers we need to think about that. I want to bring in our densest blocks, so we'll click on that, and then we're going to need the schools. So Control click for the schools layer. Let's open those two things. So it looks to me like there are some possibilities here for thinking about the centrality of the school in this denser urban environment. I'm going to select the schools that I think have some potential for further investigation. So this is my target group of schools that I'm going to investigate. So I want to save these as a separate layer, as a shapefile. Now I'm going to export these as a KML file because I want to look at what's going on in Google Earth. And of course, ideally, you live in this community and you can go and visit these sites and think about them. But for our purposes, let's just go ahead and export this layer, save as, saving this as a KML file. And I'm going to open that KML file I just created. So let's just take a look here. You know, this school looks like it's operating kind of nicely. It's got a parking lot tucked in here, but there's a nice little public space here. This one is fairly close to this one. I don't know if that's needing attention. This one interests me a lot. Go look down here. Let's see what's going on. Here's a school embedded in a neighborhood. Let's bring our street view over here. See what this looks like. Nice, fairly dense urban neighborhood. You see our block outline is here. And you know, this isn't operating that well. It doesn't look to me, from an urban design point of view, there's some improvements that could be suggested to this school. We just have sort of a row of trash collectors right here, trash bins. This gate is, I suppose, necessary. Not very inviting from an urban design point of view. We might be able to make some suggestions for better treatment of this area as a center for a neighborhood. Let's think about retail spaces as being possible neighborhood centers. This time I'm going to open up two layers. I'm going to open up the commercial layer that we created before. And again, I want the densest blocks. I'm going to open those two. You see we have some, I want to make sure the commercial is on top of the densest blocks, by the way. So there's some interesting patterns going on here. I would say that this whole area looks like it's the commercial hub of the neighborhood. What you want to do, we probably don't need to export the KML file at this point. We know from Google Earth we can see where this is. I'm going to hit the R button to get straight up and down. Still have our schools as centers drawn here. I can go ahead and uncheck that. So here we have the whole neighborhood. We know that this is the area where you've got pretty dense population for this neighborhood, and you also have a lot of commercial spaces. So let's see what's going on here. Looks like a lot of missed opportunity for creating a neighborhood center that's anchored to this important retail activity going on. So we're going to want to investigate what kinds of things we could do in this whole area. Lots of vacant property, parking lot fronting the street, not always a good way to use retail as conveying more of a sense of the centrality of the neighborhood. So we can think about some design interventions for this intersection.